You know that the United States has made a lot of effort to stop nuclear weapons development in North Korea. So, why did President Trump have so much hostility in North Korea's possession of nuclear weapons? Today we will learn about nuclear proliferation, which is the spread of nuclear weapons, and North Korea's nuclear weapons development. First, we need to know why nuclear weapons spread. Nuclear weapons were developed during World War II. As World War II began, countries such as the United States, the Soviet Union, and China spurred research into the use of nuclear energy. In the United States, Dr. Albert Einstein and several other practitioners suggested that President Franklin Roosevelt create the Manhattan Project and invest over $2 billion to spur production of atomic bombs. Then, on July 16, 1945, the first atomic bomb test was successfully completed at Alamogordo. Then, on August 6th and 9th, 1945, the U.S. dropped atomic bombs using plutonium-239 onto Nagasaki and Hiroshima, Japan, causing tremendous damage to both cities. This ended World War II with the unconditional surrender of Japan, but started the Cold War era. The Soviet Union and several nations began developing their own nuclear weapons after seeing the power of the nuclear weapons that the United States had dropped. The U.S. and the Soviet Union produced a huge amount of nuclear weapons, with Russia and the United States now currently owning 90% of all nuclear warheads. Weaker nations such as Pakistan, India, and North Korea also began to develop nuclear weapons in order to use their threat as a deterrence to larger and more powerful countries. Western European nations, West Asian nations, China, and India started to develop nuclear weapons. And in Korea, after the Korean War, which was the result of the Cold War era, North Korean communist leader Kim Il-sung began to develop nuclear weapons with the help of the Soviet Union and China. Starting in 1992, the United States began to confront the North Korean nuclear issue, and the conflict has continued to this day. After the deaths of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un said he had completed the nuclear weapons testing needed to launch a nuclear warhead from North Korea to the U.S. mainland. In response, President Trump considered North Korea as a risk factor, and the U.S. pressed North Korea to halt all nuclear weapons production. And through the use of diplomatic talks, North Korea agreed to halt their production. It is unknown at this time if North Korea has actually halted their production. Nuclear proliferation, or the spread of nuclear weapons, is not good for our world. However, from the perspective of countries like North Korea, if you have nuclear weapons, you have a weapon that can be used as a deterrent to aggressions from larger and more militarily capable countries. But for peace, the proliferation of nuclear weapons should not be absolute. Today, we learned about the proliferation of nuclear weapons and the nuclear development of North Korea. So far, many countries have nuclear weapons, and the risks are continuing to rise. But someday, we wish for a peaceful day without nuclear weapons. Thank you for watching my video.